Welcome back to Listen to Leo. In today's video, I wanted to share with you my 5 tips for making the internet a happier, healthier, more helpful place. Number 1, people. Focus on the people that you're actually giving your attention to when you're spending time online. Don't allow the feeds to dictate who you're actually interacting with. Make a list of the people that you care about the most. I like to break it down into people I personally know, people I aspire to be, and people I'm learning from primarily. From there, I make sure that I visit their pages on a regular basis and interact with them on a regular basis. This way, I take back control over who I'm interacting with. And honestly, that makes a huge difference on your mood. Social media is designed to make us interact with people who frustrate us, that we don't understand, who fill us with outrage, because outrage equals engagement. And so by taking back intentionality over who we're interacting with on a regular basis, that makes it a happier, healthier place for us. Number 2, places. Think about where you're spending time online. Are these the places that you actually get the most benefit out of? When you're spending time on social media, how do you feel when you get done with it? If you're not feeling good after you spend time on it, maybe think about why that is. And think, could I spend that time somewhere else online? I'm not saying that being online is bad. Social media isn't bad inherently, but the way we have these things designed, these places aren't always geared for us to have a happy, healthy, helpful experience. And so we need to really think about how we feel after we visit a certain place online. And instead of spending all of it on social media, maybe take some of that time and go into smaller, more specific community groups that are a welcoming place. Number 3, and this is a big one, systems. So I say systems, and maybe you think something hugely technical, but that's actually not the case. When I think systems, I actually think a set of rules that I can easily follow to where I don't have to think about what I'm doing all the time. So basically, personally, I have a set of rules that dictate how I listen to, watch, read content. So I focus on the stuff that I want to definitely consume each week. I've got a list of podcasts that I subscribe to. I get those each week, and those are the first things that I do if I have extra time. Then I have some newsletters. I get a ton of newsletters, like we all probably do, but I have some that are specifically labeled in my email, and I look at those first. Those are the ones that I make sure that I read every single time I get them. That's made a huge difference for me. So as you're going through, set up rules that you find to be beneficial so that you just don't have to think about it. Because if you don't have to think about it and you can just follow it, that makes life a lot easier. Number 4, turn off your notifications. Notifications, on one hand, make a lot of sense, and sometimes, you do want to be notified of certain things. But unfortunately, what happens is that everybody's sending notifications, and it ends up really hijacking the dopamine receptors in our brain. And it's like Pavlov's dog. Like, they ring the bell, and the dog starts salivating because the dog knows that food's coming next. You get the notification, you get the little bell, you start salivating because someone just liked your shit. So turn off the notifications, turn down the dopamine, because that's something that you just need more and more of, and it makes it really hard. And I say this as someone with pretty intense ADHD who struggles with this anyway. Turn off the notifications. And finally, number 5 is reflection. This is something that I think a lot of people don't pay much attention to, but it comes down to thinking about where you've spent time and how it's made you feel. And I talked about that a little bit earlier in the video. But each week, think about when you felt the best, when you felt the worst, and how your usage of technology and the internet has played into that. One of the things that I've really done is tried to think long and hard about where I've been spending my time. I used to read just blog after blog after blog on Medium, only to realize that I was reading a lot of the same stuff over and over and over again, and I didn't really care about it all that much. And so I might have been learning some things, but in kind of a haphazard way, and I couldn't really control it. By focusing on the content that I consume, all of a sudden, I realize that I'm learning things a lot faster. And every single thing I consume has some sort of meaning to me, whether it be educational, whether it be entertainment, whether it be a connection with somebody that I know and care about. Any of those are way better than just, hey, another blog to read. Reflection has played a huge role in that for me. So to recap, focus your time on the people you want to spend time with, the places that make you feel satisfied when you're online, the systems or rules that you can put in place to really make sure that you're spending time online to the best use for you. Turn off the notifications, and finally, reflect. Think about where you've been. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.